Right, hi there. This is probably one of the most common questions we get asked, and it's how do I clean my airbrush properly? Now, depending what paint you're using, depends on the type of cleaner that you use, but generally most people now are using the acrylic-based paints, and we just use the standard sort of cleaner from Harder Steenbeck, which is the Pro Color cleaner, and it's great for dispersing acrylic paints. So the key is to get as much paint out of the cup as possible before trying to clean. And then what we tend to do is just put a drop of the cleaner into the airbrush and just spray that through, and do that a few times just so you get most of the excess paint out of there. I also use an old artist brush and just go around the cup, getting all the bits and pieces and bits of paint off the cup there, and then spray that through a few times just to make sure all the excess paint is out of there. As you can see, I've got this attached to my compressor here. So you can see there all the paint's come through there, or all the thinners has gone through. We also have here one of the Sparmax cleaners. So if you want to, you can do that and then just spray all your excess paint into there, and it stops paint getting around your studio or around the desk or house or whatever. Again, you can use a plastic bag with tissue paper in just to spray into there. So once you've got the excess paint out of there, generally I like to give the needle a bit of a clean. So if you take the back of the barrel of the airbrush off there, and then just undo the needle clamp there, and the needle comes out like so. So as you can see, it's very delicate, so we don't want to be doing anything where you can dig that into anything sharp or anything like that. So generally a little bit of tissue paper, and actually drag that backwards over the tissue paper, turning the needle at the same time. That gets any excess paint off the needle there and makes it so much easier. Never push it forward because you don't want to damage the tip of that. And again, when putting the needle back into the airbrush, just make sure, I always have my finger there ready to go in to the actual back of the airbrush. Make sure that lever is down as well. Sometimes it can lift up a little bit, and then go through, just give it a little twist to make sure it's seated up to the nozzle nicely, and then tighten up. And make sure that when you are using an airbrush, that springs back like so. You will also maybe get a build-up of paint at the front of the nozzle there. Again, a good practice is always to pull the needle back away from the tip of the nozzle there, tip of the airbrush. And then as you do that, because we use what's called a floating nozzle within the Harder Steenbeck airbrushes, there is the nozzle, which you can see is very delicate. Just be careful if you are using brushes and things to clean those. Don't start pushing little bits up there, such as cocktail sticks or anything like that, because it will break the end of the nozzle, and it's quite fine at the end there, and it's very easy to crack that. So you don't want to do that. But again, a good method is just to soak these in some cleaner, just to make sure everything comes out of there. Again, if you have some cleaner, just get all the bits of paint outside the tip there and clean that off there. And then to put together, simply push that back in and then back into the airbrush and just tighten that up. And then don't forget to put the needle back down. Don't push too hard. Again, just a little twist and tighten that up there. And there you go. That's a clean airbrush for you. Thank you.